Gun violence. Throughout the U.S., homicides are committed with high-powered assault rifles and handguns, which are obtained legally by civilians. Of these civilians, a portion of them are clinically insane and somehow possesses the capability to purchase a firearm, whether it is at a gun store or gun show.
We believe that firearms need to be restricted, background checks need to be stricter, and gun shows need to be eliminated entirely. Gun violence is a major issue in the U.S., for guns are the cause of the majority of homicides. The most devastating mass shootings have been done with firearms that were obtained legally. In fact, there have been a total of 31 mass shootings in the U.S. in the 21st century. These mass shootings include Newtown school shooting, Accent signage system shooting, Temple shooting, Aurora theater shooting, Seattle cafe shooting, Oikos University killings, Health sauna shooting, Seal Beach shooting, IHOP shooting, Tuscan shooting, Hartford beer distributor shooting, coffee shop police killings, Fort Hood massacre, Birmingham shootings, Carthage nursing home shooting, Atlantis plastic shooting, Northern Illinois University shooting, Kirkwood City Council shooting, Westroads mail shooting, Crandon shooting, Virginia Tech massacre, Trolley Square shooting, Amish school shooting, Capitol Hill massacre, Goleta postal shooting, Red Lake massacre, Living Church of God shooting, Damage Plan show shooting, Lockheed Martin shooting, Navister shooting, Wakefield massacre. A ban on handguns was tried in the city of Chicago, which resulted in an immediate decrease in crime rates. Later, the ban was deemed unconstitutional, and handguns were brought back to the city of Chicago. As a result, crime rates increased.
According to the Mother Jones magazine, in the past 30 years there have been 62 mass shootings, all done with a total of 143 firearms. A big portion of these firearms included high-powered assault rifles and semi-automatic handheld firearms with extended magazines. Of these 143 firearms, over three-quarters were purchased legally. According to CNN, when James Holmes opened fire in a crowded movie theater, a bullet passed through the wall and continued its path to hit a person in the adjacent theater. In addition, James Holmes' high-powered assault rifle, known as the AR-15, he was also using an extended magazine which was capable of holding more than 100 bullets, according to World News. Surprisingly, everything that James Holmes was equipped with that night was obtained legally. Later, James Holmes was determined mentally ill.
This leads to our next point, which states that there must be a stricter background check in order to purchase any sort of firearms. In many states, there are firearm presentations known as gun shows. On a mission, an undercover crew from a TV series, 60 Minutes, posed as potential firearm buyer. By visiting multiple gun shows, the undercover crew discovered that 66% of the private seller would allow the buyer to purchase a firearm without any background check necessary. In fact, the shooters from the Columbine shooting purchased their firearms from a gun show. This is a major issue that needs to be solved immediately. Although the Constitution says that citizens have a right to bear arms, the government should be able to impose reasonable restriction for the safety of the general public. In addition, suicide rates fluctuate greatly depending on how accessible firearms are. Harvard did intensive studies in 2008 that proved suicidal acts are impulsive, and having a firearm available in the household increased the possibility of such a tragic act. Also, two-thirds of the gun suicides are done with a handgun. Obviously, this proves that handheld firearms are unnecessary, for they serve no purpose to kill one another or oneself.
To address these problems, we have composed a series of solutions. Due to the example of the ban on handguns in Chicago, we believe that in order to fix this problem, there should be restrictions on handguns. People buy handguns for defense purposes. However, in an impulsive situation, handguns can become a tool of violence. It is easily concealable and provides a large amount of firepower. We strongly believe that in order to purchase a handheld firearm license should be present. In order to obtain such license, a person must undergo a class, which is followed up by a written test. Once the person has passed the test, he or she will be granted the right to bear a handheld firearm. However, this person is restricted to a 10-round magazine limit.
In addition to handguns, we believe that there needs to be strict laws against high-powered assault rifles. Our solution for this matter is simple, for we must restrict all assault rifles of high calibers, and just like handguns, restrict the magazine capacity to 10 rounds. The Aurora shooting example showed us how deadly a high-powered assault rifle with an extended magazine can be.
Lastly, there is an issue of gun shows. As proven, gun shows are a simple way to obtain a firearm without any background checks or any questions asked. This is a very serious issue, for citizens must be granted approval from the US government before purchasing a firearm. Our solution is to ban gun shows entirely in order to prevent illegal firearm transaction. We strongly believe that these solutions will greatly help to reduce violence in our nation.